All right, my beautiful friends, here we are together again. It's Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. Here's the story right off the bat. Not one, but two more pieces of abysmal economic news. And wouldn't you know it, stock futures are pointing towards a higher open. You can't make this stuff up. You can't do it. All right, number one, and this is no surprise, or at least should not be any surprise to you if you follow this blog. The U.S. trade deficit again is ballooning. There's no end in sight here. Clearly, the United States is not just on the losing end of a trade war, but we are failing abysmally. And America is paying for it in a big way. Debt, no surprise, a new all-time record high. And this is, every second the U.S. debt is ballooning. And that is certainly keeping the stock market propped up. That's it. I mean, we're in free fall. You know that. Our economy, we're done. The Labor Department this morning reported that millions of Americans are now facing the prospect that their jobs are not coming back. But we're adding jobs. You know that. That's the mainstream narrative, and that's what politicians are telling us. Duh. People, you can't make this stuff up. Again, we are in an environment of lies to the highest order and an environment of failure to the highest order. And America, her citizens are losing. I mean, unless you're rich. If you're rich, you're doing extremely well. You've never done better than you have than right now. But if you're a member of the middle class, you're done. And if you're in the lower rung, well, you're just totally done. And you're probably, I couldn't imagine the trouble you're in right now. But that's the situation here. So again, stock futures higher on not one, but two pieces of abysmal economic news. And you can expect more. It's not going to stop. You can also expect, again, debts, deficits to continue to balloon beyond your wildest dreams. And that is stock market positive. Let's talk about a few other things here. The U.S. 10-year yield, 0.78. Obviously, that's stock market positive. The dollar right now is slightly weaker. Stock market positive. You got crude oil catching a bid. Stock market positive. I mean, this is crazy. Despite what we're seeing here. Now, look, there seems to be a little miscommunication here. Greg Mannarino, obviously, is a major stock market bull, but I am not telling anyone to buy stock. I trade derivatives. You all know that. As a derivative trader, you got to be long this market right now. When was the last time any of you heard me explain to you you need to buy this stock, except for over the weekend, where I did say you should look into pharmaceutical stocks, maybe buy Regeneron, because President Trump was out there, being used as a spokesperson for Regeneron because he's on one of their drugs here. Regeneron's up like 10% right now. Okay, so if you bought the stock on my recommendation, maybe you should sell it here because you pulled out a nice profit. But there's no doubt about it. This market is in hyper bubble territory, something I've been explaining since like forever. But look, I don't tell anyone to buy stock. I'm telling you I'm a stock market bull because I am a derivatives trader and I'm buying calls. You know how to beat this market. I mean, again, it's kind of insane to me to hear that people are saying that Greg Mannarino is telling people to buy stock. Really? No, maybe this weekend I said to buy Regeneron and I would have got it right. And Gilead, by the way. But no, I am a stock market bull. But again, I am a derivatives trader. All right. That's how I look at this entire market, through the lens of a derivatives trader. I think my lions get that. But anyway, look, debts and deficits ballooning. What does that mean to you? How do you beat that? You bet against the debt. You become your own central bank. You understand what they're doing here. You buy gold, you buy silver, you buy platinum, palladium, silver. My most favorite asset of all time. And you get into cryptocurrencies, period, the end. I mean, seriously, there's no other way, there's no easier way to beat this market. And I couldn't possibly make it more simple for anybody. With regard to my bullishness on the stock market as a derivatives trader, putting all my trades out for anybody to see. I am in one trade right now, Disney, And we'll see if we add anything today. I still think, again, despite the fact that stocks are poised for a higher open, we continue to get bad economic news, which will drive the market higher. No doubt about it. Economic free fall as the stock market goes up. It's a weird paradigm, but it's not going to continue forever. It will continue until they stop issuing more debt, and they're not going to stop for a very, very long time. The issue with this market, why you should be cautious here, is uncertainty. I mean, we are less than a month away from this election, and although it looks like the market is pricing in a Biden win here, like I covered for months and months, anything can happen. Okay, so I just want you must always be prepared as an investor, as a trader, for some weird event to occur, which could send your portfolio into free fall. So be cautious here. Always anticipate something happening that's outside the norm. You know what I'm saying here? You understand? You always have to have that high ground. I don't know another way to put it here. And that's really the reason why I trade the way that I do. It's very simple. I'm in asset XYZ and I'm out. As quick as I pull a profit, I'm out of it and I'm rolling into something new. This protects my portfolio, which has ballooned this entire year. I mean, it's I'm not going to lie. All of you that follow my trades know that just by watching my trades that I've done. And all of you that have been participating with me, I mean, it's been an epic year for us, an epic, epic year. And I'm going to keep this going no matter what happens as we move forward. I have a formula or a strategy for whatever happens. If Biden wins, I have a strategy for that. If Trump wins, I have a strategy for that. And no matter what happens in this market, we're not going to lose. I've promised you this forever, okay? I consider it my job to keep all of you on the right side of this market, and I will continue to do that to the best of my ability. And that's just the way it's going to go. All right, look, so again, this market poised for gains here, at least at the open. More abysmal economic news, debts, deficits exploding. America is failing. This new government, this new paradigm that we are in is 100% dependent on more debt in unbelievable amounts, more than I think anyone can imagine. And that's what's keeping the stock market propped up. Period. The end. There's nothing else here. We have an economy in free fall. We have tens of millions of people out of work, Great Depression levels of unemployment. The numbers they're throwing at us, the government statistics, they're all fake. It's all fake. Don't listen to a single statistic that they throw at you because they're all misleading. It's all misinformation. Again, we are in a propaganda war and a Cold War for which we are losing with China. You don't believe me? Look at the ballooning trade deficit. You remember how the tariffs were supposed to shrink it? We were promised by the president. Didn't work. It's gotten much, much worse, and the American people are paying for the tariffs. Period. The end. China's not paying anything, okay? And we're not paying China for the tariffs they have on us. It's paid by the importers and exporters, and those costs are passed on to you. Can't remember the last time the president explained that to the American people. I don't think he has. All right, look, with that said, people, I got your back. I got all of your backs. And I promise you, we're not going to lose. I'll see you later. I'm out of here.